hunch over.
Welcome back to another episode of the BarShul Vorts podcast. Good to see everyone. A couple things I'd like to cover, but before we do that, I want to welcome on this week's guest, Jonah Tripp.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Jonah, you want to introduce yourself a little bit?
Yeah, I'm Jonah Tripp, resident clown. Went to Koto with these guys. Got a text from Reform tonight saying Chag Sameach.
I believe it was hot Smeach.
Yeah. Pesach's in 14 days, so I'm not really sure.
I didn't get that text.
I was in Shia today, sitting next to Eitan's Webner, and Newberger coughed a tad bit, and then Eitan coughed a whole lot of it right after. So I hope he doesn't choke in this draft as he did in Shia today. So that's my there's my fighting words.
As you may guess, today is Snake Draft Tuesday. Before we get into this week,
It's been a different day. It's been a different day of the week.
It's a different day each time. But before we get into this week's draft, gotta give credit where it's due. Congratulations to Doobie on winning last week's draft.
Thank you.
The Israel Nation draft. I'll be honest, I didn't think this day was ever gonna come.
I want to say 2 words.
Yeah, go ahead.
First, I just want to tell Benji that. Shut up. There we go. Yeah. And you got me there. There you go. That's all. I just needed your response. Yeah. So we're looking forward to another one today.
Yeah,
And we'll leave it at that.
we were on you during the draft.
Oh, yeah.
People, you got 12 votes.
I got the most. Yeah.
I love how we thought that Israel was Pasha Benji's category,
Yeah.
and he had like.
I let the record show that Benji got one vote.
vote.
Benji, your dad or?
It was him. It was him.
And on that note, I wanted to say, I feel like now we're 3 drafts in, about to do our 4th draft. Like I feel like narratives are starting to build, like the competitive juices are starting to flow. Like the question is Benji ever going to win a draft?
It's been 3.
All right. Has a guest won? Has a guest
So
won?
you're the first
You're the
guy.
first guy.
You're the first guy.
Oh, really?
I got something about high.
You're
Okay.
acting like the narrative. Like it's been 3. That's
That's what I'm saying. There's something called Doobie picks, which are like just egregious first rounders. Let's see if that continues this week. Benji, like there was that Getty pick, which may have been the worst pick out of every
It was like
round.
the 4th round, but it was still the worst pick that anybody could
People
have
are
ever chosen.
saying that Getty had no place.
When you
The
say
people-
Getty, you
who's
think of the
people?
terrible water bottle. I'm thinking
Who's the people that have been saying it's Doobie? Doobie's people.
From what I heard, everyone was like Getty.
From Doobie.
Probably
From what you heard from
I'm
Doobie.
not gonna name names, but it wasn't a great pick. Okay.
Hey, everybody likes my opinion,
But-
so
Anyways, congrats, Doobie. Just to
Very proud of you.
to sum up how many wins we each have, I've won, Ami has won, Doobie has won, Benji sitting at a goose egg, and Jonah, our guest this week, maybe. Hopefully he'll come away. Well, hopefully not, but we'll see if he comes away with a win this week. But anyway, so this week, without further ado, we're doing the ultimate Pesach draft. What that means is there's 5 different categories. We're each gonna have to draft 1 Pesach snack, 1 Chol Hamoed trip, is inside.
Thanks.
1 Hamoed's wish list, something Hamoed think that you wish you would have on Pesach. 1 Seder Persona, which is like roles that people take or play at the Seder, and 1 Seder Component, which is probably going to be our most controversial topic, but things that happen at the Seder that come from the Haggadah that we embellish a little bit. And I mean, we'll see.
We'll see. We'll see.
But
There's gonna be a lot of arguments.
there's going to be so
It's
much.
gonna be
argument.
bad.
I promise you that 0 chance Doobie understand any of these categories.
I'm more.
Benji, I'm not the one who asked 150
I'm
questions.
more patient. I do.
Yeah.
You're talking to the current champion.
Alright,
so-
Gershon, show some cover.
Yeah, so let's get Gershon.
Gershon.
So we can draft over.
Hey, buddy.
There he is,
Gershon,
muscles.
thank you so much. Jonah, the way this works is Gershon's gonna have a number 1 to 5 behind his back. And
Okay.
guess what that is.
Guess first.
Yeah.
That's a 2.
It's a 4. It's a 4.
Nope. 5. Nope. 3. Nope.
Oh my
Oh wow.
2.
Oh!
Nope. I do go for
Wait,
2.
You're an idiot.
You're right.
No, we don't take
I
it.
was not.
Jonah.
1?
Yes.
Oh my God!
I'm too not
An
paying
all-time mistake.
I was not paying attention. You fumbled the bag.
That's
I
how
was
we
not
started.
paying attention. It's the end episode here.
Okay,
It's a
Jonah.
Doobie. It's a Doobie pick.
Jonah gets first choice where he wants to pick.
Wow. So I could go. I can go
Anyway.
first.
Well,
Oh, anyway.
before you do that, do you have a strategy? Do you have something planned? Do you know?
I have a color-coded Google Sheets right now, which I can share with you afterwards. Let me think here. I'm gonna go. I think my picks are so arbitrary that I have 1 golden pick that I want, so I'm gonna go number 1.
All
Oh
right.
wow,
We're
number
still
1 pick.
wrong. Okay.
Do I get like anti-street cred because I chose first pick?
No,
No.
it's, I think in this draft also.
I actually think
Yeah.
like last draft, my draft wasn't great, but the fact that I had the Kotel on got me.
Yeah.
That was huge. Look,
And
Yeah.
I was because I went number 1.
All right, Garrett, from 1 to 4 behind your back, Benji.
and now it's 4.
Yeah. I know.
It's funny. It's funny that you wanted 1. That's the 1 is the one pick I without me didn't want. I think I'm gonna take the 5th pick.
Wow.
Fair.
Okay.
I think I don't see anything
If you-
rising to the top.
Right. I think that's solid. Okay, 1 to 3 behind your back. I'm gonna guess 2.
Yep.
I don't want to draft right in front of Benji. I think so. I'm gonna go 4.
The hell's that supposed to mean?
All right, 1 to 2 behind your back.
1. Yep. I'll take 3. I'll go right before 8 time.
Okay, so we have Jonah.
Yeah, Gersha.
Thank you, guys.
Eitan, Benji. Again, that's Jonah, Doogie, Ami, Eitan, Benji.
Oh, that works. That works.
Oh yeah, we did
Counter
that a lot,
clockwise.
honestly. Or we've done it before. Okay, let's get into it.
Okay, so I should start.
Yeah. Anyone
All right,
else wanna
so-
say beforehand, or we're again?
I'm very excited for this draft.
I'm gonna win this
I
one.
think it's gonna be a good one.
I'm gonna win this one. Did you see that last time? Yeah, I did.
I'm
I'm
Are you calling your shot?
Well,
You're calling your shot?
I'm gonna call my shot in every draft.
Okay. Honestly, I love that. All right, Jonah, start us off. Round 1.
So considering my favorite Chag is Tisha B'Av. It is. I'm gonna start in the food section. And you might think I want to go Chametz Desire, but I'm not. I'm going with the Pesach snack for my first overall choice. I think this is as clear as the Kotel. And some may say, it's matzah pizza. It's matzah pizza first overall, and I'm confident with that. You can go no sauce, you can go yes sauce, you can wet your matzah before if you're into gebruchs. It doesn't matter.
What's no
It-
sauce?
It is
Just matzah and
the
cheese.
premium snack. It is the premium snack of Pesach because it's what everyone looks forward to. Are you nauseated for matzah pizza at the end of Pesach? Yes, that's fair.
Matzah pizza
But there is
awesome.
nothing that you want more on like April 11th, 12th than matzah pizza. So that's my Pesach snack, and that's gonna be the first overall.
Yeah, that's why I took 5. I figured matzo pizza's not making it past Jonah, so.
It's so good. I've had people tell me that they prefer matzah pizza to regular
Well,
pizza.
whatever it picks. That was
Matzah pizza was a pick.
I mean, I
was
know,
just chosen.
I know what he's getting at.
Can't mention that word.
I know what he's getting at.
Matzah pizza, I eat matzah pizza during the year.
But people
So
eat
that
it
should
every
tell you
single
how
day.
it
I
is.
actually means what we're discussing this, and like
Yeah.
matzah pizza is a great pick. But we were gonna like leave it off the board for our boards.
It's a
It's
little
a hard
questionable
snack.
whether it's a snack.
Because you have to wash and bench.
It's a meal.
And there's a lot of prep.
You do not have to wash it.
Well,
You
let's,
could wash it. There is no have to.
let's just remind everyone of our 2-person veto rule in case people do want to veto.
No,
I'm not.
I'm not vetoing that at all. You're saying it's a hard.
It definitely could
It's
be a
hard
snack,
for-
especially if you have like 1 or 2 slices or whatever you call pieces. Like it's not filling you up.
Definitely not. I think it's definitely the number
If
one.
we're counting as a snack, which we are, it's the number.
Yeah, not
It's a great pick.
But if I wake up at 10 o'clock in the morning, have a piece of stir steak, would you consider that a meal? It depends how you consume
I
it.
know.
I'm
moving on.
I'm okay with it.
I'm okay with it, and because I'm okay with it, I like the pick. Like,
Yeah, it's clearly the right pick.
You'll be right.
Thank you guys.
Okay, I'm gonna go Hamoed trip, and I'm gonna say amusement park.
Yeah, easy.
I had it at 3.
No,
Really?
clear number
That's
one. Why?
I had 3 on my trip.
Have you ever
I
heard of
think
a
that-
Hamoed trip
yeah.
that wasn't the Six Flags?
Yeah, I was gonna say every single shul Hamoed
Yeah.
trip advertises
Yeah.
6 Flags. Good, it's a good pick. It's a good pick. I think that is the Hamoed trip.
I just wholeheartedly disagree with that. But
Really?
Wow.
you walk into an amusement park, can you bring in Pesach snacks? Oh,
Ooh.
no, not anymore.
Boom.
You are
That's true.
starving
Yeah.
yourself
Yeah.
at Disney World.
Wait,
You
that's
are
not.
looking at
Hold
butterbeer and frothing at
He's
the
so
mouth.
right. That's universal, but you're so right.
So close.
Or,
I'm a Florida resident.
or you could
I
pay,
do love Harry Potter.
Yeah.
or you could pay NCSY $25 for a Sami hot dog. That's good. You do that too.
I
Enjoy your soggy hot dog.
I mean, I didn't even know I can't bring
Yeah.
it down to grounds anymore.
No,
I think
I think that 6 Flags is different though. No, it's not. It's You can't bring any snack.
Like, Dewey pulls the allergy card and they let him walk right.
Yeah, it's a fair
I will
thing.
say that issue aside, like amusement parks
Yeah.
are like the quintessential
You walk
place.
around the amusement park and it's all you see is people.
Yeah.
I have
Like, that is-
as my clear number one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was thinking
I
about
actually have a funny story about amusement park food on
Yeah.
Pesach.
Yeah.
I was one time in Los Angeles for Pesach program, and they give you like box lunches to take. I think a lot of programs do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I take and there's like they give me a deli sandwich with kosher for Pesach bread. So I take a bite and I think like, wow, that's actually really, really good. It's a little sweet, but like really, really good. So I keep eating it. All of a sudden, I'm starting to get sick of it too fast. Like it's too sweet.
Okay.
So I'm like, Mom, like, what's up with this bread? She tastes like they just threw a stack of deli in between 2 pieces of cake. It was the classic Shkoyach Chevra cake, kosher for Pesach version. And I just slapped a stack of deli.
When you first bite, you like it.
I liked it a lot.
Yeah, what's not the light?
And then
It's just
after
a weird
little while,
combo.
I started to get sick of it, and I realized something was up. But
You do cake sandwiches for Shabbos?
I mean, it was really good for like 3 bites, and then really bad.
Like we're talking like the vanilla.
Like the classic like
Yeah.
Shkoyach Chevra cake,
It's
but like
so-
kosher Pesach version. And it was quite the experience.
Did you finish the sandwich?
I did.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did.
Of course I
All right, you're on the box,
Should
right?
be great cake. Probably my number one pick out. It's probably off. Like now.
Yeah.
That's a good pick.
did. Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna go in the Seder Persona section. It's a risky pick because personally I have a lot of good ones, I think, but I like some of the best. And it's just the funniest thing to witness. It's the underage drunk relative. The underage drunk relative at the Seder is hilarious. You have a 16-year-old kid who doesn't drink, and all of a sudden they just go overboard on wine. Next thing you know, they are all over the place. It gets outrageous at the Seders. You have this kid, he hasn't had alcohol in his entire life, and then next thing you know, he's sprawled out over the table.
Right.
I mean, it's just
I had like a variation of that, but yeah,
a
like that's
sight to behold
having
at the
that.
Pesach Seder, and it's always
I've
a
never
fun
met
one.
that guy.
You're gonna say you get it later.
That didn't make my list.
Yeah.
I thought about it.
I think that it's
Is it a first round value?
It's
That's
my-
the question.
favorite Seder Persona, and I also think that my other categories are pretty deep,
Okay.
and I just think that the underage drunk relative is a fun guy to have. at the Seder.
I think it's gonna get a lot of buzz when you see that on the big board.
Yeah, it's so
When you're
relatable.
viewing
It's
it,
such a
you see that, you're like, oh, that's
I
hilarious.
found-
That was me.
I
5 years
found
ago.
that kid is almost always pretending. Like they've had like 2 glasses of bartender.
Yeah, until that kid's like 14 years old and he actually has 0 alcohol tolerance, and then next thing you know, he falls over in his chair.
Shrek, I want us to take that with your family.
Yeah, they're fun.
Regardless of pretending, have you ever been to the hypnotist shows? There's no way that's real, but it's still
Oh, they're
entertaining.
never real.
Never real. I don't believe a single thing.
Oh,
But
yeah.
you would be the kid who does the
My
hypnotist.
brother was the kid who pretended to be real.
No, it's real.
My
It's
brother
real.
passed out in front of 500 people.
I was hypnotized when I was 14. It's real. It's a real thing.
Scarred him for
Right.
life.
And you haven't been knocked out since.
I could put myself in trance if I wanted to. It's like
There's just one trigger word that is waiting.
it's not a trick. This isn't like Batman.
It's like the Winter Soldier.
Yeah, exactly. All right.
Nice.
I'm in a DC reference. That's not the good English on me. Or that's what you're on.
Okay, solid pick. I'm gonna believe you could have gotten that later, but fine.
I'm okay with it.
Many different ways I can go here. I think Hamoed's wish list is one pick deep, and I'm going with Chala.
Ooh.
I'm
I
also,
didn't even make my board.
Yeah, not even close to my board.
so
Wow.
I thought for a second maybe I could get it in like the 5th round. I was like thinking that over talking about it earlier. It's very possible that none of you guys had it, but I love challah like Friday night dipping
Love
in
challah.
dips, dipping it in my soup. Not having that is like I feel like my sukudas and my like they're just not the same. Like I can't.
I think matzah's a close second.
What you're dipping matzah into?
I
dips?
like matzah.
I eat matzah during the year. Friday,
During-
you come to my house on Shabbos, and we have a box of matzah on the table.
During the Seder, when you chomp into a nice shmur matzah,
There's nothing better than
delicious.
that.
I don't know why we're lying. Matzah stinks.
I look forward to
It's so
shmur
good.
matzah all year long.
Matzah
Shmur matzah is delicious.
My family
I
buys
come
enough
down
shmur matzah to last till
Listen,
Shavuos.
Is it
We love
palatable?
shmur matzah.
Maybe, but compared to like a warm pretzel challah that mom had in the warming drawer,
There are so many better.
I mean, that's you
Yeah,
can't go. You
I'm
go
sorry.
one Shabbos without
Listen.
eating pretzel challah. Like I don't know. I feel
I
like
just think your experience Friday night in the bathroom versus your experience Seder night in the bathroom, it's something that is a positive to the matzah experience.
So fair.
And that's something that should be considered, but I agree, when you're sitting at a Seder and you have Hamoed,
I
you
feel
have
like the one
Kiddush.
thing I'm missing is Chol. But
Okay.
listen, you guys don't agree with me, that's fine, we'll see the chickens. I think the
the
people.
boys are a
I
little
don't think
feisty.
so.
Boys are a little feisty.
No, that's good.
Yeah.
All right, Benji, you're
I should start complimenting people, I realize that, I've only been negative.
That's fine. It's
No, that's what we
much
want.
more fun that way.
That's what gave birth to my anxiety. Playing basketball, so.
All right. Look, no obvious picks here. I think Persona is super deep. I think Haggadah is super deep, and I think Hamoed is pretty deep. I don't think trip and snack are, so I'll take a trip and a snack.
Is it good?
Yeah. Component.
Oh,
I'm going with
okay,
component.
Seder.
So for my trip, I want a baseball game. And for my snack, I want matzo brie. That's my pace out. What? Matzo brie,
I hate those picks.
baseball game. I'm sorry, Benji. That's pace out for me.
That's Ain Getty.
You're in Getty. Actually, in Getty's awesome.
That is Ain Getty if I ever, listen, baseball game I thought about, like I had it and then I took it off.
I took it off also. You guys, wait, dude, you don't have it. Whoa, Benji.
But matzo
It's a Hamoed baseball game. You play count the Yeshivish people by the baseball hats and the sticking out.
listen, I am thrilled because I got my trip I'm about to take after we rip you apart.
I think the trip's very good. I mean, baseball season's just starting. It's all the rave. The Yankees are honoring Derek Jeter, I believe, on opening day. Who doesn't? I don't know. Who doesn't want to be there? My question is, my grandparents survived the Holocaust. I'm proud of that. You know what they eat? Matzo brie all day long. You know how old they are? Well, my grandfather's passed away, but my grandmother's about what, 89 now? She only eats matzo brie.
That's
not your snack.
You know why? She has a snack. She has dentures. She can't eat food. And I get it. It's culture, but it's not delicious.
Can I ask a question? Sweet or savory?
Sweet.
So you put like cinnamon and sugar on it.
Sweet. Sweet's the way to go.
No, yeah, savory stinks. All the savory people out there.
Sweet matzo brie is good. I think it's good, but it's just not the Pesach snack of my choice. At least.
If I were going to die today,
That's strong.
and I knew that I had one breakfast left, I'd ask my dad to make matzo brie. It's the strangest thing I have ever heard.
And then it's slit your throat.
That's your death row meal?
That's for breakfast. Like that's for breakfast.
I just want to chip in a little on baseball game. I think baseball games, obviously I'm a big baseball fan also. I love going to baseball games. Pesach is the worst time. to go to
You
baseball
don't
games.
get any of the hot dogs or the
There's no food, right? You can't get the food. It's usually freezing cold.
It's Chicago.
Chicago.
It's freezing cold all year.
Sorry, my bad. Freezing cold by me. It's just, I love baseball.
It's still
just-
chilly around
it's a
here.
good trip. It's just that time of year. It's definitely not the best trip.
It's the best.
I'm gonna
cold
defend.
Hamoed trip.
Benji.
What about
That's a
the
good
years
pick.
when there isn't a double oven? So this is only coming around once every 4 years. It's not a double oven. Explain to me. I'm saying Pesach is a month later this year. So baseball season had a lockout, and it's also starting a month later this year.
A week and a half.
That's pretty bad.
But no, it's usually baseball season during Pesach.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
You know the famous book, the children's book, of the guy who caught the
It's about the
matzah.
matzah. Boom, boom. I want this strap. What's it called?
It's a
What's it
staple
called?
in my mind, and that's why I love the pick.
Because all his friends who aren't religious go to the hot dog stand.
Yes.
But he brought matzah from home because he keeps kosher, and if he gets the foul ball,
Wait, no, in the last piece of matzah he had, he gave this like a not a homeless Jewish guy, but like an older Jewish guy, and then ended up being Eliyahu Hanavi.
yes, yes.
Always Eliyahu
I
Hanavi.
promise you, it
Always
was.
Eliyahu Hanavi.
What a story.
This is the craziest book of all time.
I forgot about that until now.
There's an A.B. Reinberg song.
No, it's called Matzo Ball, a Passover storybook.
What an electric name, by the way.
Aaron is invited to a baseball game during Passover, and his mom sends him with a bag lunch of matzah and tuna. Aaron is embarrassed until his friends go off for snacks, and something wonderful happens. Put Matzo Ball boy on my board.
Some argue it's the 25th book of Tanakh.
Wait, just to clarify,
We'll throw the link to that book in the YouTube.
Yeah,
link,
exactly.
so.
Like, are you guys vetoing matzo bread? Because you said it wasn't.
No, no, no.
good.
I wouldn't view it as a snack, but I'm allowing it
It's a
as
snack, it's a
Like,
snack.
I don't like it so much.
Look, I love matzo
But let me
bread.
just clarify, Matzo is your second round pick, and baseball game being your
Yes,
first pick.
yes.
Because that matters.
It does. It doesn't. I don't think anybody
No,
cares.
pick value matters. Okay. I'm gonna take the trip that I thought was number 2. I'm going with the zoo.
Yeah, that was my number 2. I have that at 2 as well. That was
And
my
baseball
number
game,
2.
that's my number 10.
I mean, that speaks for itself. You go to like, I mean, by me we call it Van Sound Park, but like you Bronx, I'm sure. What?
I live in Bronx.
Too
He
much of a
lives in New
schlep.
Jersey.
Too much of a schlep. I'm just saying, we have good monkeys.
I'm no genius with New York geography, but isn't the Bronx like 5 minutes away from?
No.
It's right here though.
New Jersey.
It's the other trip.
New Jersey is the most chico of the United States of America.
Don't do that.
Most chico. Was it taken last
Oh,
job?
you missed
No,
you-
no,
you-
we-
That was an
We're in
honorable
honorable
mention. Honorable mention.
Honorable mention, dishonorable mention.
Washiko, we're pretty sure is the name of Cuddle Penny's dad.
Bringing it back to Tisha B'Av, it was during the 9 days that I was on Instagram, and my less firm friend from my house, not gonna say who,
Oh,
came up to me and said, Jonah, what's up? Scarfing a shawarma, lava. Scarfing, and I'm with like all my NC Spy Polo friends. I'm highly embarrassed.
Eating Moshiko is different.
but anyways, back to the zoo. Yeah, it's Clinton Central.
Yeah,
It's a classic.
Um,
I wasn't sure if I should do that first or second.
So staying in that category and staying in Hasidim Central, it's more yeshivish than Hasidim, but the crusty arcade with bumper carts and bumper boats, and they must have the worst bowling alley in the world. It's
Yeah.
like 3 feet long. You get a strike every time. You could reach over and knock down the pins. Like
You
so
you
for
really
me, you
really
just took
think
3 different things.
one place.
It's one.
No,
it's
it's
one
not
place.
no,
Wait.
I had 3 different things that you just named. But I'm glad I got my trip out.
But obviously, although on Pesach it doesn't apply, they of course have unlimited refills.
Yeah, for
That's
sure.
their only attraction.
For sure.
Then everything is run down. There's maybe some mini golf,
Wait, can you just say bumper boats for us in a yeshivish accent, please?
there's bumper cars, they have the bumper boats.
There,
Geschmack.
because he wins.
But it's such a classic Colorado trip. It's the most run down place ever.
For sure.
It can't be like a nice Dave and Buster's
For
trip.
sure.
Or
Do you really?
a run.
It has
down,
like baseball cards
disgusting-
from the 1970s.
Exactly. It's
Do you
that-
really
it's
feel
that-
good about taking a trip with 3 of them already off the board?
Yes,
Because-
because
It was between you and Jonah. Do you think Jonah was gonna take
I just think that it's gotta be on my board.
that? I don't think Jonah was
I
gonna
don't know if he's gonna take it. That being said,
You think Jonah's coming near that place with 10 for 12? Zero chance.
that being said, I really
That
only,
means that it's a great
I think
pick.
it's a great pick.
It's hilarious.
And I also only really have one more thing on my board.
Okay, fine.
Like,
I like the pick.
Yeah.
I had David Buster, but I had
That was on my board.
it's the grossest place in the world. It's packed.
Bumper boat.
On Pesach, you can't get it. It's packed.
It's as dirty as that guy at the engagement party who plays the piano. They're like this keyboard just crummy, you know?
Okay.
That's
Never been to Lakewood? All right, moving on.
I was waiting for another spot.
I didn't know what to say there.
Dumbfounded by the question. All right, so 4 trips off the board.
One trip left.
One trip left.
Got it.
Guys,
That means I can play the strategy.
we're not giving away our shot.
That's all I'm
You
saying.
have the luxury.
Okay.
But all right, Duty.
His name is Trip, by the way, for those who didn't get it.
Thank you, Mitch.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Seder Component,
Mm-hmm.
I'm sensing it.
and I'm gonna
This is
go.
our first component pick, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Makos props. Yeah,
Okay.
I had it 3.
Yeah.
You know,
I like that.
I have a lot of nieces and nephews, and they come in and they have props for every single makkah, and they have the frogs. They're chucking them at everybody, and it just livens up the
Yeah,
Seder.
the masks. The
Yeah.
finger puppets.
Exactly. The
the
marshmallows.
The frogs.
You take the marshmallow, you stick it on your face as boils.
We've never done that.
Never
Really?
done that.
No.
I like it. You throw it at each other and hail.
You done that? No.
I like that. You don't
My
fly
dad makes bags of a toy for each plate,
Okay.
and poop is always a component for like for
You
something.
mentioned bowel movements
you guys
so many
Where's
times.
he harvesting these species?
So no, not actual, but like those squishy dolls.
I envisioned Papa Germ coming in with those defecation.
We need the food that I gotta do the later.
Overalls.
This year, do marshmallow boils.
That's cute.
I like that.
Great.
Yeah, that's cute.
Because
Great
we're
pick.
all awesome podcast.
I was nervous to see how Component play out, but that was a strong way to start.
Yeah.
That was
I think it's just a classic.
Doobie, I think you're off to a good start.
Juby's off to a great start.
Is it my turn?
Yeah.
He's looking to repeat.
So
And won this one. People love baseball games.
I'm about to tackle the two categories I think are about to go right off the board, which is Persona and it's going to be Seder Component. So I don't know which one to start with. I'm going to start with Seder Persona / stereotype, but definitely the thought process was like dude perfect type of vibes.
Yeah.
And my Seder Persona is you're not from cousin. It could be a brother, it could be a sister, could be your mom or dad. I'm not judging, but it's definitely a cousin.
Your mom or dad.
What is your Seder in Alabama?
No, meaning there's one person who's not from your Seder.
And what's he doing the entire time?
Yeah, so you're not from cousin. Have you ever heard Hashem's name pronounced as Yehovah?
No. My professor said that today to me. That is awesome.
That's amazing. But
That's so.
But you will now. Because cousin Jeremy's coming into town and he hasn't read Hebrew since the 4th grade.
You can't play that.
No, we're playing that.
No, you
I
can.
said shots last time.
That's not happening.
You can bleep it out. You can bleep it
No,
out.
we're not. We're leaving it in.
Okay.
Oh my goodness.
Jeremy, so let's talk about Jeremy for a second. Is he going to tell you about his experience?
Stop. Trish just broke off. I think the sprinkle part of the cookie. You just broke off the sprinkle part of the cookie.
It's our part. Explain for our audio listeners what happened.
We have cookies at the table.
It's obviously the best part.
They're overlappers, finger sprinkles.
It's in the name. Sprinkles. I'm obviously only eating the sprinkles.
There's no cookie in the title.
There are two finger cookies glued together with jelly, and the very top has some chocolate with blue sprinkles. And my man Amish trick just chopped off the sprinkle part and put the rest of the cookie back in the box.
I respect it.
Yeah.
What a respectful move. That part sucks.
No one's gonna eat this.
How do you eat a black white cookie? Only the white part.
It's as if I haven't already ripped off 3 white pieces.
Yeah, see, yeah, exactly.
Back to my pick because I feel like I'm being sabotaged. So let's talk about Jeremy for a second. He's going to tell you about his experience in secular college, right? That's fair. He's not going to wear a kippah until your grandmother forces him to, but he's still going to be a good time.
I mean, for sure when I keep up. It's the way.
It's the good time keeper. But he does not walk in with it. He does not walk in with it. And if he does, there's a crease the size of the Manhattan skyline coming across that kippah. Jeremy will make you feel uncomfortable, but it will also give you a sense of a cry during the Seder to help him out. I'm sorry for saying God's name in vain earlier, but I believe that it was necessary for the audience. For the audience to know it's you're not from cousin, and he's always there. He always makes you feel uncomfortable.
Joe, I'm starting to think that you're the not from cousin.
I'm leaning that way.
I love
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah. I don't have one. We don't have this at my Seder, but like, I can envision it being hilarious. Yeah.
Okay, so there will be a Buddhist at my Seder, basically. That's all I'm saying.
All right, Jonah, his name's back.
Okay, Seder component activity. I was gonna go like I'm not gonna say which, but like one of the steps, like, well, yeah, whatever. And then I realized that's not what we're going for here. So my answer is pinky dipping. That's my answer for Seder component activity. It's when you get to the plagues and you take your nasty little pinky in the wine and say each plague and dip it out of the plate.
That's
Now,
not part of duties.
No, it's not a prop.
No,
Okay,
no.
okay, fine.
no,
I don't know if that counts though.
Why?
Sure.
But that's literally, it says in the Haggadah
Yeah,
that you
yeah.
have to do that.
Yeah,
That's fine.
You can embellish as much as you want,
But that's fine. It just needs to
but
be-
if you're one letter of the law, you can do that.
Yeah.
John, continue.
So I just want to say
That was
that
more of a-
every single year at my Seder, my dad asked my grandmother what she used to do at her house for the pinky dipping. And she said that she used to take her fork and dip it out. So not only does it create conversation amongst my friends, it reminds me that Bridgerton is relevant in my life. Because you feel fancy when you take a fork into the cup and you dip it out. Now you're kidding. And I think that's important
No
because
idea where he was going.
I know. I think it's important because I think it's an activity that bonds people together. It's an actual physical thing that you're doing,
Yeah.
and it's fun. You always wake up for it. You're in the
I
middle of
watch
login, you don't know what's going on. Oh, pinky.
Question for the Chevra. Does anyone else really get uncomfortable doing it?
No.
I feel so weird doing it.
I mean,
Better
I don't
question
like
for the
the
Chevra.
cold grape juice.
I mean,
or wine.
why don't you just pour? There's always a pouring guy. Says, I'm really
No.
I'm really knocking it. I pour. There's always a pouring guy.
No, I just
No, you,
I'm
That
I
person
don't like
not
the
being very
sensation
generous
you
either.
scoop.
dipping my
And-
pinky.
right? And then there's Fick's drunk cousin who dips out and then drinks and drop the
licks
wine
the plate clean.
because he really cares about alcohol.
In their mitzvah.
I have a better question. Does anyone lick their pinky?
Oh,
though, right?
God.
Yeah,
Of course.
Well, you're driving now.
Just a little licky lip. No issues. So yeah, so
I do not do
I
the
do-
licking.
my two picks were my now from cousin Jeremy and pinky dipping.
That's good.
Anyone else have that on the board?
I had either.
Did not.
I have.
I have been close to the knock from cousin.
Yeah, me too. Me too. Okay, Doobie, third pick. Right now, a strong draft so far. Let's see if we keep it going.
Is it?
No, he's a good draft. No, he's the worst.
No, so far it's
I
been
think
good.
Oh, okay, great.
We go to Hamoed's item, and I'm gonna say. I'm actually gonna say close to that, buns. Because the potato buns that we have on Pesach are a bun,
I had it on my board.
like a hot dog and a
I
hamburger.
had it was my last pick. on
I
my
think
board.
that-
I had it before.
I think that the potato buns that they sell are
He likes bread.
God
I'm
awful.
let him finish. Let him finish.
They're god awful. They get stale too quickly. They're too thick. You don't taste any of the meat on it. And every time you go to that barbecue, you just miss the regular bun.
For sure. No, he's 100% right. Like when there's a barbecue, like
Pesach barbecue.
yeah, all the time.
Really?
Yeah,
What?
yes.
Barbecues at Pesach? Have you ever
Well,
been
he's
to
been
a
on,
Pesach
Swagner's been on many
Have
Pesach
you ever been
programs
to a
before.
Pesach burger?
I
They have
I
that
knew we were
running.
gonna run into
They have that running
all had
all day long.
experiences.
Yeah,
But like, if you ever had the luxury of going on a Pesach program, there's always a barbecue.
it's running all day long.
I didn't realize that our socioeconomic stat eye would determine the outcome of the strategy.
Has anyone ever taken two slabs of matzah, stuck a dog in the middle of there?
Right, it's terrible.
It's been
It's terrible.
Yeah.
The
it's
matzah
really-
breaks
it's
first
really-
time.
You were about to say it was good. You were over.
For a brief second, I thought when you said dog, you meant a four-legged, like little canine. And if there was anybody I knew who's sticking an animal between two pieces of matzah, he turned a trip.
Yeah.
Yeah, here we go.
I listen. You guys didn't like my Hamoed's pick, my Chol pick, so what do I know? But I would assume there are better picks out there.
There are, but
It's everything you're eating during the year.
I know that. But on Pesach, you don't have a lot of barbecue.
You definitely missed the bunch.
I missed the bun.
I agree. It was the last one on my board. It was on my board.
Okay.
I had sandwiches.
Having hamburgers
think-
with matzah, it's just not.
I think that everything else has an okay replacement,
Yeah.
except for this. You don't want to eat a hot dog with a
I
fork
don't
and a
know.
knife.
The Cafe Ramon apple buns they're fine. The apple
Not all of
juice
us
rolls?
are.
Yeah,
you know,
that's a
we're
little
going to
shit.
Cafe Ramon.
Yeah, I don't go to Cafe Ramon.
Right, because it's not nearly fancy enough. Yeah, we're going there.
But
All right,
yeah,
I'll be up.
And I think that everything else has a decent replacement, except for buns. You don't want to eat a hamburger or hot dog with fork and knife.
Do you tan your buns? You like your buns crispy?
Do I put them on the grill?
Yeah.
We can never
He knows what he said.
never let it on you ever again.
Do you toast your
I
buns?
think
You said 10. You said 10.
I have a sidebar. Sidebar. Do you think the Liver Chef is on this podcast?
What that said. What that
It's
said.
only upper end.
Anyways,
Yeah,
fine, good pick. Fine pick.
I think it's gonna go well.
We'll see.
Okay, so
I'm so nervous.
I don't want to take my snack because I just don't want to have to have mine. So I'm gonna bank on the fact that we have different snacks. I'm gonna leave it for the next round. I'm gonna go with my Seder Component. I definitely had a lot of difficulty in this category, so this is just taking a pick that I'm like safe with, and I won't like get messed over and have nothing to go for. I'm gonna go with just the antics that happened during Chad Gadya. It's the end. It's the end of the
That was my
Seder.
next pick.
Everyone is exhausted, but for some reason, when it comes to Chad Gadya, people just bring out whatever they have.
Yeah.
So how do you do it? Can you tell us
So,
how it goes down?
In our family, obviously, like when we were younger, we had the masks of all the animals. But nowadays, it got to the point where like my cousins and my dad, like my dad and his siblings used to sing Chagaya in Yiddish. So they tried that and they failed miserably. And it just starts going from there, and then the words get different and different every time we go through it. And next thing you know, like you don't know what's being said anymore. There's no languages being spoken.
In my family, we have two bits. The first one, and probably the highlight of my Seder, is every time we get to. I'm conflating Chad Gadya with two. So I see them as together. Yeah, I think Chad Gadya and Hamoed come together.
Yeah.
Once you take Chad Gadya, I'm not thinking Hamoed.
That's something true, but.
I wasn't gonna, that's why I said it because I didn't think like that.
Yeah, once you take
Okay.
my uncle and we do Shmona Miodea, right? You make Mila and my uncle goes Hiya. The whole room goes quiet. He goes Hiya or snip snip. Usually Hiya.
Yeah, we do snip.
Yeah, snip snip too. With a big karate chop.
Everyone does animal sounds during there?
Yeah, and then
Just a lot of antics.
Yeah,
going on.
no, it's a
and
lot
then,
of
like,
times.
usually like everyone at the table is like super tipsy. So me and my sister try to do the Shulam Lemmer, like yeah, can't do it. Can't hit the high note. No,
That
it
came out a
can't.
year ago, so practically.
Yeah, we don't do that.
That came out a few years ago. We've been doing it for a while now. Oh well.
Well, my dad
But
actually,
the actual song is
He's
the
a neurologist.
By the way,
so-
the actual tune is several decades old.
I think you could also, my family always do, who could say Shloshah Samir day in one breath? And none of us ever had it.
Like Haman Sons.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
It's very well.
Yeah.
No one ever gets
That was my number one component. That was
Really?
Yeah, I do too.
Glad I could take it. I really didn't have so much in that category, so I'm glad I was able to land it.
Yeah. Okay, my pick. Listen, I'm gonna go snack here. Okay, with the way I was doing this category, it's not my favorite snack,
Classics.
but it is the most Pesach-based snack.
You have
And it's so yeshivish. There's a better form of this thing that we eat all year long, but for some reason we have to make it in stick form. And I'm thinking potato sticks.
It wasn't my
it's a good thing it wasn't. That was my number one.
Why do we eat potato sticks?
That was my number one.
I just couldn't.
so bad.
They're so bad.
That's why I didn't make it.
Do
Disgusting.
you like the flavors?
It's
I
the most
I
classic
agree.
Pesach
Yeah.
It's
snack.
a classic Pesach snack.
Yeah.
If we're just going purely classic Pesach snack, I think there's one left on the board.
I have that one. I have my own one, but
Okay. Listen, I'm glad we both got the one we wanted, but I thought there's a good shot you were gonna take it.
It was,
I thought
it's,
I was gonna take it.
mine's in a similar. Whatever. We'll see.
No, they're gross. I do not
They're
like that.
And
then
You had to eat them.
And then they try to make it in barbecue, and that's even worse.
I don't think I've eaten one of those in years. They're just vile. Why would you bring them when you have a couple of matzo bread? Okay.
He just walks around all Pesach carrying matzo bread.
Guys,
Tupperware filled
guys,
matzo bread everywhere he goes.
I don't care if I get 0 votes for this draft. Matzo bread is so good.
It's good. It's
I
probably
will
the top
eat terrible.
seven.
I'll
Just
eat
sits on the
matzo bread.
subway.
And my grandparents allowed during holidays.
That's not.
They probably did it, by the way.
All right.
This is your third. and fourth pick?
Yeah, I'm gonna take my.
They did it that way.
I'm gonna take my persona. I think I have 5 great personas on my board. I can't wait to talk about them in the honorable mention. But right now, I'll take my one. It's the embarrassed Mashtana kid.
Mhm.
I mean, how cute. Gets on the chair. You know the rest of the way. Come on, it's the best.
It's not unique, but it's necessary.
Yeah,
to
it's
take
the
it,
best.
and it's up there.
Cute
And it's a
little-
staple at every Seder.
Every Seder. It's the best. It's adorable. Mika Amcha Yisrael. She's so cute.
Exactly.
Little cheeks.
It is adorable until there's no little kids there, and then it's your cousin Jeremy. Ronnie's still out. And he doesn't know the words, right? So he's saying it in English.
You have a cousin Jerry?
No.
Sorry, Jeremy. It's good. I think
Very
it's, I
good
think it's a
pick,
solid.
Yeah.
Solid.
It's a relatable pick. Everyone can experience and can harken back to when they were that kid and to when their siblings were that kid, and to who that kid in their life is now. So I love that.
Thank you, Jonah. For some I'll take bagels. I love bagels.
Yeah, one of those.
Who doesn't want a good bagel?
For sure. For sure. And you're a little bit. You recently had a great bagel.
Oh my goodness.
No free shout out.
Computer closed.
No
No,
free
they
shout
get a
out.
free shout out.
They get a free shout out.
Go ahead.
Computer
No,
closed.
this
Hot
is,
bagels?
this is all you.
Yeah, Teaneck Road Toasty Hot Bagels. Oh,
Let's butcher the name. That's fine.
Not kosher if you cut it with a knife.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Zweb and I are walking out of school and we see two guys who don't get free shout outs. And they say, we're going to Dunkin'. And they're like, oh, we'll also go to Dunkin'. And I looked at Zweb,
And he looks at me like I have 10 heads.
like, don't you guys have the best bagel store in the entire world just down the block? Last week you
And-
said that and so I said, yeah, we do. I'm like, let's go. Line out the door. Goyim. Mamish Goyim line out the door.
It's not kosher.
It's not kosher. For bagels in New Jersey. They live in the most shitgo of states and they're getting bagels and they're so good. We take it home, we cut it open, and I always cut my hand open and put my hand, cut a bagel, it was very nice.
Kid.
The cream cheese is sitting in this Webinar fridge for I don't know how long. Just Web bought butter there? He
Yeah,
just bought.
we don't have, we're not a dairy family. We don't do dairy.
And they don't need Pesach.
Oh, snacks fast on.
No matter what, no matter
We
what.
had snacks fast on.
Okay.
And then you put the cream cheese on the bagel and it's so good.
Bagels are great. Yeah, back to your point. Bagels are great.
I think that
You know,
bagels is a solid pick.
But do you miss them?
As I said,
No.
I really am, I think I'm
Not
at
to
the
the-
point where there aren't a lot of things I miss.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I took challah, because challah, like, you can't replace challah with matzah.
Okay.
I'm sorry, yeah, it's not my turn anymore. It's not my
I think
turn.
that
I'm just-
bagels,
I'm upset
while they
about
are
that.
great and I love bagels and I eat them probably once a week.
Killing Jimmy.
I think that matzah and butter or matzah and cream cheese. Whoa! We do not give away
Don't
dicks.
give away dicks, but shake my hand. Shake my hand.
Bagels aren't worth it.
What a treat.
Bagels aren't worth it.
What a treat!
Okay, I mean,
Like-
if you're gonna take matzah and cream
No, we
cheese,
gotta continue on. We have to
I'm
continue.
not,
We have to
We
continue
do have to move on.
I'm not.
on. We cannot
Why?
harken on something that could be picked.
you have a big bio test tomorrow.
No, we can't harken on something that could be picked. I'm sorry, we should not harken on.
How could you say that?
All right, well,
I
when it's
think
picked,
it's a good
when
You
it's
don't
picked,
give away
when
dicks.
it's picked, we'll get-
He's disqualified. He was found from last week. He's out.
You're just so salty.
He's
You're
out.
so never gonna get the crowd if you're upset.
We're replacing him with D-Bash. You're done.
By the way, sign me up.
You're done. You just gave away the most. You just gave away a tip.
That's all, no.
You get no more of my food. I didn't eat.
Okay, all right, we're moving on. Okay, my turn.
What do you have left in two categories so the audience knows?
Yeah, sure, I'll tell them. I have personas and component left.
Hmm.
I thought these were very deep categories, that's why I waited. My number one persona is still on the board, and it's like, maybe it's not so funny, but it's very like, everyone has it. I'm taking the fresh out of yeshiva guy with all the forts.
Yeah.
I have.
And-
Seven's on my board.
And all the annoying cameras.
Everything.
You got number 3 on my board.
Yeah, overzealous measurement. back.
Plans on being there till 4 a.m.
I wrote Torah on everything.
Yep. I did number 1.
It was my number one. I'm happy to get it. I probably was that. I was that kid. We
No,
were all that
You
kid.
still are.
You're still that kid, probably.
I've been that kid since I was in 6th
Do you guys have someone who runs the Seder and like a very like been doing like my dad runs the
My dad.
Seder, like very strict, like has like his system.
I would love to see your dad say it.
Yeah, it's a great time.
How's that?
Well, I just said he has a system.
You know, what's the system?
The system is it's like 1 board per like 4 pages.
Fair.
Go check out
Fair.
You don't know the difference
The,
between
no, I did, yeah, the Harry Potter.
Do you actually do that?
That's one of these. Everybody in my family.
that. No, you know how I feel about the Harry Potter, but you're just not real.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. The Harry Potter, the guy's putting us on.
No.
The Harry Potter.
In all honesty, and I'm gonna incriminate my family, we use the Nestle.
Totally, the Maxwell, yeah.
The
You
Maxwell,
don't like
the
Maxwell.
coffee company.
We recently switched to the Koran like Rabbi Sachs ones, and it is very hard to follow.
Yeah.
But he's on the back of my.
Sounds back,
so
but yeah, so every Seder has this
that's
kid,
how.
just does not know when and when not to speak.
You're not eating. You're not
You're
eating.
not eating. Happy to get it. Happy to get in the 4th round. Come on,
Yeah.
all day, every day.
Yep.
Oh, shit. All right, moving on. I'm gonna switch up the pace a bit.
Okay, so I am going to go with. I'm gonna go with the Pesach snack. I'm debating between two. I'm not gonna take your.
You had a
favorite
clear
pick.
1-1, you said.
I was debating between two because one of them is obviously better, but the other is so much more classic, and I'm gonna take the classic one. It's in the category of potato sticks. I don't think they make this during the
Can you
year.
tell us what it is?
I'm not. I don't think
There's so much hype. on
I've
this
not ever seen it during the year. It's only by Pesach. It's
Okay.
onion flavored biscuit.
They see that
thing.
during.
Dude, that's in the room. It's like
I didn't say time. I get it.
It's the most.
it's
It's
the most Pesach Bisley flavor.
It's by far.
But it's
by-
everywhere.
It's in the supermarket. I would
I
think
have-
of it.
I have
It's
I've
never-
seen it all the time.
I have never eaten onion flavored biscuit.
You're talking about the green bag?
Yes, never.
I'm giving you the option now. Do you want Bisley in general?
I'd
Do you
be
want
No,
a
just
special-
what do you want to show
specifically
about
onion.
It's
Specifically
the
onion.
onion flavored biscuit. It's the most. The rings. It's
It's
the onion flavored
disgusting.
rings.
Yeah.
It's the most classic Pesach snack in the
pretty
world.
bad.
Every single kid
So
would walk
weird.
around
I
munching
really
it.
like that. That's like probably my preferred flavor.
I like
That's
them. I've
overrated.
never seen them.
Probably
during the
Barbecue.
year.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Barbecue.
Smoky.
Big hickory smoked barbecue. Two best. You get the mixed one.
No,
Hickory smoked
I'll tell you what,
barbecue.
I don't like the
Leave it.
shape.
We are off topic.
No, no,
That's
Billy.
the beauty of this. But also, I don't like the shape of barbecue. That's a little weird. It's spiral. It like hurts the mouth.
No,
That's the most classic shit.
I
That's
really
a
don't.
crazy
Wait, hold up. Time out.
What's your favorite whack shit?
Yeah, I was about to say, like, pinwheels.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
like circular things.
Oh,
The
Billy,
cups.
sure. No,
Not so
you
much.
hate
about
pinwheels.
that.
You like it, then it's round. I
Yeah.
can't.
You hate pinwheels? You for sure
Are
hate
you a
pinwheels.
spiral guy? Anyone
I
say
like
that?
pinwheels.
By the way,
Oh my God.
people know what Bisley is.
Doobie hates pinwheels.
Do you know what Bisley is?
everyone knows what biscuit is.
Yes, I do.
It's deep fried noodles.
Oh, you're saying
Is it really?
What it actually
Like what
is.
it is.
I do not
So
know.
imagine you're taking that wacky mac shape that none of us seem to like,
No, I like
and
the
you're
pinwheels.
deep frying it, and now
I
saying it's the
love
best thing. You're crazy.
It's the best
Um,
flavor.
I'm not lying. Like, I've never eaten onion flavored biscuit outside Pesach.
I associate the
I-
Brown Zoo with onion
I
flavour.
think it's
Okay.
like grandpa's.
I genuinely like. I didn't know they make it regular. I only have the purple bag and the orange.
Was
bag.
that was your snack?
That was my like. It's the potato sticks range. Like, we were on the same page.
Okay,
But
we'll
like,
see. I've had it like all
I think it's. I associate that with Pesach personally.
Yeah, I actually don't hate the pick.
I think it's a
the
big.
time. I like Bisley as a pick.
No, I like
I think
onion flavored
onion
beef.
flavored
Bisley,
biscuit
yes.
is very
Yeah.
solid.
I like
I'm-
Bisley regulars because I'm allergic to Bisley during the year, so I can only eat it on Pesach.
That's true.
It's
That's-
Bisley that you're allergic to.
That's a
Mustard.
sad story.
What? Mustard.
That's like the American Idol where they make you cry, like that part where like, they
You're
bring
missing
in.
out. Because you don't realize like how bad Pesach Bisley is.
No, I do because it's not good.
Oh, you don't like it?
No.
What a sad.
At the same time, like I hate feeling having to throw down with Bisley, like you taste the MSG.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, it's gross.
I can't.
Personally, not Pesach biscuit, regular biscuit.
But yeah, it's still.
It's
When's the last time anyone got a bag of Bisley?
Israel.
Israel, I think so. I think shut up, Ed.
Yeah, shut up.
Maybe Macha.
Definitely recent.
I will purchase
Probably,
biscuit.
probably
I think it's good.
within the last 3 months.
That's how I Brian Sachs's house. It was desperate times and the
This is like a
snacks.
go-to snack for a lot of households.
It's good.
Yeah.
It's good.
But personally,
I'm
onion
not
flavored
gonna show you guys
biscuit
the picture.
is a
All right, but
Pesach
let's
snack.
let him do his pick. Round 4.
Yeah, so I'm gonna take the Seder Persona and the exact opposite of what you did. I'm gonna go with the person who's rushing through Magid. They just want to get up to their meal.
Oh yeah.
You know, they every time someone wants to say Bar Torah, they point to their watch and they say, "We're running late. The food's gonna burn in the oven." It's a great pick.
I'm gonna call it the Magid Rusher. Is that fine?
Really
Yeah,
hungry.
I actually-
exactly what they. Yeah.
I had this. I don't know if you want to. Like, they are the same thing. I was trying to say that the guy who can't wait.
Stop those guys.
The guy who can't wait to get struck on alright. I had him as the "Are we there yet?" guy.
Yeah.
That's
Same
yeah.
thing. All the same thing.
Yeah.
So
Every Seder.
Guys,
Every
cute.
Seder
That's
has
cute.
it.
What?
Ice Cube. Are we there yet? Is that not a movie?
he's in the movie.
No.
He's in a movie.
He is in a movie called Over There.
Yeah.
No, I thought, like.
And there's
all-
I'm thinking Donkey from Shrek.
I'm thinking in regards to driving, it's the "Are we there yet?"
Which I
Yeah.
just fine.
Destination. In regards to Seder, it's the
When
"Are we
you
there
watch
yet?" Shulchan Aruch.
Like that.
I like the pick. I think it's a good pick. A classic persona.
Okay,
Your
so
last 2 picks here.
yeah, so Hamoed trip, I basically did the zero RV fantasy football draft for it, you know what I'm saying? I really punted, and now I'm kind of just like picking guys in the last
You have
round.
all your picks taken?
Yeah, most of my picks. I have one left, and it's the one that I wanted.
Okay, good.
Some people call it the Maz Eisley of Hamoed trips, which is a Star Wars reference. Yeah, Obi-Wan Kenobi described Mos Eisley as a hive of scum and villainy, which is what I describe as a water park on Hamoed. It's dirty. It's dirty. There's a random band-aid coming towards you at all points. You don't know why. You will be dehydrated. You will be dehydrated. Even though you're in water
the whole time.
That's the key.
When's
Because
the
you
last
don't know
time
that
you've
you're
been in a water park? I can't remember.
I mean,
12th grade, 11th grade.
It's before yeshiva, easily.
Yeah.
I associate water parks with Hamoed trips like so much. It's mostly school Hamoed trips. I feel like they'll rent it out.
I've never been in the school club.
who goes to a water park in April?
Like middle school, no, it's also
If you live in
Also,
Florida,
from
school. Middle school, like there was a thing like you have the. It was more of a circus trip for us, but like you have a Hamoed trip, and they always rent out this grimy water park.
Pass us around.
Actually,
I've been to Cocoa Key, but that's in Jersey.
so they have one in Chicago.
I
have that specific water park on my board.
Really?
So do that
I
in
honorable
honorable
mention. Cocoa Key in Jersey.
Yeah,
we used
it's
to
like the
go-
hottest place in the world.
business guys.
Yeah, it was actually that.
No.
I have a friend who actually looks like.
We'll put it on the board. We'll put it on the board.
So just going back to water park, I think it's a great time with the fam. It's refreshing, it's fun, and like coming from a kid who's in Florida, Rapids Water Park nearby, great time, great place. I think it's an overall safe pick, and I'm happy with it.
Favorite part of water park.
So I used to be not the rides guy. Like I used to like,
The wave pool.
yeah, big wave pool guy, and then I kind of like came into myself, started eating sushi, you know, and
You like
Is there a
fishing?
correlation between?
yeah, like, I used to
think
wipe
so.
the crumbs off my schnitzel because I was very picky. But then I became on a man, and I think it's the one. It's a 4-person tube. I don't like single water rides because I think you need the experience with other people.
Right.
And it's the one that you go down in the 4-person tube, like shoot down, and then you go. It's a funnel. The funnel. I call it the funnel, and you need someone who does not weigh the same as the other person opposite him, so you flip.
Oh, so there's math going into this.
Yeah, yeah. So that's a water park. Now I'm gonna go Hamoed's Desire, which I don't know. I found it very hard. Like I could do something classic. I've gone from like I was saying. Okay, when I go Motze Yontif to Publix or Winn-Dixie, those are Florida ones, whatever, Target. Where am I running to? What am I getting?
Okay.
Scratch that idea. I got rid of it. My answer is whiskey.
I had it on the board.
I was thinking of it.
I wrote whiskey / beer. I put
Yeah.
them in the same
You
category.
don't even know whiskey was home.
Yeah, well, it's very much made out of wheat, but
I don't drink, like I
I've
don't.
recently gotten a couple chest hairs forming, and it's just in the beginning process. And I like it. I'm a man who likes whiskey. I like my whiskey. I like it well done. I like it oaky, however they say, and it's something that you miss because like on Pesach, you're with all these people. You get sick of wine. There's a lot of kiddishes, and when you're at a kiddish, you want to drink. What am I drinking? Patron,
A rock.
tequila, Arak.
Cognac.
That's terrible. So
That's
my
like
answer is
One
whiskey.
brand.
Yeah, one brandy.
My answer is whiskey,
I had it on the board. I think it's a good pick. I agree.
and
It's
that
like
completes my
that will
draft.
get-
noticeably lacking.
That'll get a lot, like people like that.
Yeah.
People like, you get the older cover for sure.
It was on my
Dude,
board.
I have lots of mine. That covers mine.
No, you're getting the senior
The
citizen.
people who are living, they don't know what Twitter
You're
is.
getting the people in assisted living who need like their nurses that should have the podcast.
8 times over hates old people.
Never said that. Yubi, last pick of the draft for you.
Yeah, so I had snack left.
Wow,
And-
bold move waiting.
Yeah, both of mine were taken. I did not have matzo brine in mine.
You only have 2?
No, both of my good ones.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to say the barbecue at the Pesach program, just running throughout the day. You know, you can either go to the tea room or you could go to the barbecue.
I hate rich
I-
What was the?
I am
what
going
was
to do
the-
that.
What was the
I'm gonna do
category?
that.
Why?
That's a meal.
It's not a Pesach.
No, it's running throughout the day. You have they have the option of the
But
tea
you're only
room.
going for lunch.
No,
That's a
after
hot dog.
lunch.
You're
It's
saying a
after
hot dog
lunch.
is your answer.
It's after
I
lunch.
would love a hot dog.
It's after
I'm
lunch.
gonna veto that.
I veto. That's not a snack.
That's not a snack.
It's not a snack. You can take one of mine. If you
Every
want.
single Pesach program has those running at the
Sounds
same
like-
time as the tea room.
Listen, you can try. I think we have our first veto.
I think it's a veto. I wouldn't.
I have to
didn't
veto
even,
that.
Didn't even cross my mind.
Because that to me, that yeah, we remember we're going. If we do that, like that's for lunch or that's for dinner.
It's not a snack. I don't think it's. It can't be a snack.
All right, dude, you know,
All right.
take another pick. I'm so sorry. I feel so bad.
So,
Also, I
Singe, what are your thoughts?
Anything Doobie does is wrong. No, but like the fact that you think that like you could just like throw your Pesach program in our face,
Thank you.
like that's just a snack. Like what? Like what you pay? How much you pay for that? Like 20,000 per person? That's expensive. That's a snack. I think you're overreacting.
Someone needs a win.
He said shame on Furush. I can't criticize. Why are you yelling at me?
Mine was a mistake, yours was deliberate.
Someone needs a win.
You close your laptop to make this point.
I'm really hungry, guys.
Doobie, I will say the rest of your first 4 picks have been great, so
Fine.
don't let this derail that.
Fine. So
We could pass you over considering he has already.
whoa,
chosen his
pass
snack,
over. Oh my goodness.
And come back to you if you need time to think. I'm giving you that option.
No, I'm not. I'm not listening. That's not.
No trips now. Trips commissioner now.
By the way.
All right, I'm gonna go with gummies.
Okay, that was on my list.
Okay, great.
They're terrible on Pesach.
They stink, but
But
the
you
gummy-
want them.
The gummy olive base.
Yes.
Yes,
yes,
Gummy
yes,
olive
yes,
is
yes.
so bad. They're so bad.
Are there animal?
Yeah, you
ones
have
or
the animals. They
yeah.
come like fish.
I'll be honest, I legitimately have no clue what you're talking
That's
I'll put this-
crazy,
I'll put
yeah.
this in the same category as gummies, the fruit slices.
Yeah, the fruit
Yeah, I
slices.
disagree.
Yeah.
Those are
Those
two.
are
Those are the
interesting.
worst
Yeah.
thing in the world.
No,
those are also those are
those
equally
bad
bad.
snacks.
They're equally bad.
It's the
Yeah.
gently
bad.
fruit slices.
Yeah.
Yeah, the gummies, yeah.
Yeah. They look like little
Hey,
little lemons.
that was a great pick. That was a great pick.
I
Right
think,
on my list.
by the way, just on that point, I think the fruit slices might be my least favorite food in the world. I hate them.
I
They're
don't
so-
like them at all.
You're
Yeah,
also
I
a
would-
guy who loves Hamantages, so
I
I
do
don't know.
not
I
love
am
Hamantages.
I'm not surprised.
I
I love
do not
Hamantages.
love hummus. I do not love hummus.
I'm
not
All
gonna get it. I don't wanna get it.
the
We don't wanna go there.
All right, we're on Pesach. You're a
Um,
month away.
I don't like the fruit slices at all. That being said, I will eat the entire box.
I will not
They're
touch
just
them.
they're there.
I will
appreciate
not-
it.
Oh, I open up a bag of the gummies. I eat the entire thing. Go back for
They
a second.
are
There is no redeeming quality. The inside's bad, the outside's bad, the flavor's bad, the texture's bad. The little powdered
They
sugar-
look good though.
No,
They look
they
good.
no, they look bad.
Alright,
I hate them.
I'm leaving.
There's no Chico
So
candy.
I still my only category that's on the board is the hummus craving. I have one that I don't think will play well, so I'm not gonna take it. I'll mention it after. So I'm just gonna go with the classic. I'm gonna take non-Pesach cookies / baked goods.
Pastries,
Yeah.
baked
Yeah,
goods.
I had that.
I
You
think
get
that's
that.
too general.
No, it's fine. I had it.
Yeah, so it is. So
I had
how
baked
many
goods.
pieces?
So I'm gonna go non-Pesach
Oh,
cookies.
So just cookies.
But
Not
the
Pesach.
Pesach
Cookies.
We're
cookies.
talking about Hamoed, so obviously it's not
Cookies.
good.
Yes, but meaning to specify, the Pesach cookies are the starchiest,
They stink.
Yeah.
mealy,
Potato starch.
disgusting things in the world, and I can't eat them.
Hamoed's cookies
They're
are
so
significantly
bad.
better. Yeah. than
Um,
better
So I think that's just like it's a classic. Like that's something that you really notice is a major difference.
For sure.
And the hummus
For sure. The
cookies.
So-
desserts, you just haven't gotten desserts down.
No,
You just
yeah.
haven't.
The reason I didn't choose that is because there are other dessert options besides for the baked goods.
But they,
No.
but
Yes,
all,
you
all,
you have
all,
ice
like,
cream.
if you think
all
about, like,
snacks, they're trying to
And
force you
essentially,
to
I'm sorry,
use-
you might not be able to relate to this. If you think about like the advancement, like the advances we've made in terms
Yes.
of like substituting hummus things for not hummus and then like there's sushi now with quinoa, you don't really
Yeah.
get spice so much, or there's like paninis that you make with like
Pasta,
potato bread,
yeah.
whatever. Like
Yeah.
it works. For some reason, desserts were just years and years behind.
Yes, 100%.
I
But
disagree. You disagree?
Have you had a coffee cake? Have you had those Pesach coffee
Like
cakes?
Manischewitz stuff?
Yeah,
They're
No,
okay.
they're
Yeah, that's
terrible.
fine when you're 7.
that's the
Tell us.
plus. That's the plus, and I could shut
Like the
that down.
fact that like macaroons are still the go-to.
Yeah.
That's why I chose cookies as opposed to cakes. I think the cookies are worse.
Yeah,
Cookies
cookies are worse.
cookies are definitely
Yeah.
worse.
They're just we don't have them. We don't have them down.
Because there are some weirdos who like the cakes.
And once in a while you'll find a lucky place has they made a good sliced chocolate cake or something. I don't
Right,
know.
they got a lot of
Almond chocolate.
They got
From
like
the one-
sunflower found its way.
I mean,
But they
from
never-
one-
The cookies we just don't have it now.
From the
I have to
one
agree.
Pesach program I've been on,
Wow, you spoiled little rat.
they make like Napoleons are done pretty well. Like the-
All right, not a
I
cookie.
Okay,
Not a
yeah.
cookie. Not a cookie.
Yeah.
There's nothing in there for sure. Just frost.
know.
All right, my last pick. I need a component. I'm gonna take the Great Mara debate, and this is, I phrase it this way because there's always a machlokas and how much moror you need to have on when you.
The son of Ben Chumra guy is shaved an entire radish.
Yeah, one guy is downing the entire bowl and like dying. Someone else like has like one little piece of horseradish. And then there's a guy who's yelling at everyone that they have to do all this much. Leibowitz mentioned it in his cheer about Heder Mitzvah.
Jeremy's just scarfing down by this.
Who's Jeremy?
Like,
I thought I called him Jared.
I feel like I'm
Does this just happen on my city?
No.
I didn't even say it.
It's not every year.
Well, no, because it's not.
But that's his Seder Component.
So it's the debate that takes place
Yeah.
as to how much.
It's usually my mom. She usually yells at everybody to take more marbles.
Okay, so I'm glad you guys can relate to that.
I like it. Very good pick.
A great more debate.
Yeah. But
Ben,
I have an experience left. I'm gonna take one of my favorite parts of the Jewish year all around. Eliyahu
This
and
is Mr. Rub.
Yeah, Eliyahu and Nabi. You open the door, you have to stand inside, somebody shakes the table, so it looks like the cup is
slapping the bottom of the table.
so it looks like the cup is moving. Yeah, it's the best. Somebody reads the English translation, pour out your wrath upon the Gentiles, and cousin Jeremy gets a little uncomfortable. it's a great time. You have your, overly zealous religious Zionist guy who just came back from Shana Bet, and he's leading a very aggressive rendition of L'Shana Yerushalayim.
Yeah.
Maybe for a long time. Then
Maybe
his
it's
dad
you.
says, all right, hey, Benji, you gotta stop. And I'm like, no, we're gonna keep going. And then my sisters, who are also crazy Zionists, keep going. And then everyone gets upset at us. And we're still singing L'Shana Yerushalayim. I love Eretz Yisrael. I think it's a good pick.
I do
Remember you
I
lost
think it's
the
a great
Israel,
pick. It was my number one experience. I'm happy to get it at Mr. Relevant.
Good. I think it's a good pick. I didn't think of it. But
I also missed it, but it's a good pick.
And then you take Eliyahu and Navi with you to the baseball game, and you give him some masa. It's a great time.
all right, so let's run through the picks and I'll do some honorable mentions.
I have so many good personas.
Okay, so Jonah had the first overall pick. He took matzah pizza as a snack. He has his not from cousin as the persona, pinky dipping as the component, water park as the Hamoed trip, and whiskey as Hamoed. Doobie had number 2. He took a music park as a strip, Makos props as the component, buns as the Hamoed, Magid Rusher as the persona, and his last pick was gummies as a snack.
I think Buns might do it, man. I think Buns
I've
might
never
do
seen
it.
the gummies in my life.
You're the only one.
I think buns I also think might not be.
The olive based gummies are the worst. food
Especially
ever.
if you phrase them as bugs.
Okay.
Ami went number 3. He took the underage drunk relative as the persona, arcade as the trip, antics during Chadvaya as component, onion biscuit, specifically the onion flavor as a snack, and cookies as a.
I would like to be specified that I took crusty arcade.
Crusty.
It's a difference. I don't mean David
I'll put
Buster's.
it in quotes.
I mean crusty arcade.
I went.
There must be rundown bumper cars.
I had.
And bumper
Bones
bolts.
were bolts.
I had the 4th pick. I took challah as my chametz, zoo as my trip, potato sticks as my snack, yeshiva with all the boards as my component, as my persona, sorry, and the great bar debate as my component. And Benji had the last pick. He took baseball game as a strip, matzah brai as a snack, embarrassed Manishtaniket as a persona, bagels as a chametz, and Mr. Relevant was Eliyahu Navi.
I
Well,
won.
it sounds a little weird to Eliyahu.
Open the door. It's open the door.
As the component.
Yeah, opening the door for Eliyahu.
I will say,
and shaking
I will
the
say
door.
on paper, there's not one bad roster, it seems.
No, they're all fine. They all have flaws. They all have
I don't have
strengths.
strong opinions on anything.
Yeah, I think Benji's team was like a white girl team.
Okay.
Yeah,
If you were to take a girl who loves Starbucks straight out of seminary, she would have the same.
There's a white girl like Matzo Bra.
That's not the point.
Does she like baseball games?
That's not the point.
Actually, the worst call I've ever heard.
Do you
It's if you took someone
Are
who
you
knew nothing
saying-
about Pesach.
Are you saying that Jews are white?
Oh, he's saying very basic picks. Okay, any honorable mentions?
Yes.
Ami, we'll start with you.
Okay, so I got a bunch. Seder Persona, most of mine were picks, so I'm very proud of Chevra. I think we nailed that category. Relating to Mara, I had the I can handle the real Mara.
Yeah.
That's my Saba, my grandfather. His face turns bright red. I mean, he cannot handle the Mara.
That's a good one.
But every year he just takes a full root or whatever they are and just chomps it up, and it doesn't go well.
That's really
I
cool.
think that's a great guy. Another one I had in Persona was the I love Carpas guy. He's just constantly pounding the ground, pounding.
You never had that.
He's
guy.
addicted to salt water.
Boiled potatoes.
He can't get enough of the dipping salt water. He just pounds.
Doesn't care that he needs to savor it.
And
No,
then-
no regard.
Hamoed trips, I had trampoline park. I think that's
Okay.
a classic Hamoed trip also. Don't love it, but I think it's a
As long
classic.
as we don't have any near me, so it's like not a thing, but.
And then so to talk about my Hamoed's craving that I have a major time on. Kosher for Pesach barbecue sauce is disgusting.
That's a great point.
And
If
if
we,
we can catch up.
Ketchup.
No, no,
So
because
bad.
also so
I
bad.
know there are people who like kosher Pesach ketchup. There are because it's sweeter.
Okay.
But
Show me that.
it's bad. It's
It's
not
bad.
good.
It's objectively
I
bad.
don't think I've had.
I didn't think
It's
I
disgusting.
didn't think it would play well on the graphics. Like people aren't like whatever. But kosher Pesach
Well,
barbecue
maybe
sauce
now that-
is
Yeah,
horrible.
my it's disgusting.
And it's a crucial component of like meat.
Yeah.
You need barbecue
My,
sauce.
my brother's allergic to
That's not-
mustard,
it's
so we
horrible.
buy it every year and we stock up on it. It's terrible. It's the most disgusting thing.
I don't eat it during the year.
It's awful.
All right, do we any honorable mentions?
Yeah, the Seder Component. I don't know if anybody else has ever had this, but my uncle does it every year. When the kid goes to open the door for Eliyahu, he sneaks out, sticks a garbage bag over himself, and scares the kid.
I've never seen that in my life.
So
Shout out Uncle Who.
Uncle Hanaya,
Uncle
We
Hanani.
have
he does that every year.
Travis.
He does that every year. The first time it happened to me, I almost had a heart attack. And yeah, let's leave it.
Caleb doesn't like Uncle Hanani.
No one likes Uncle Hanani on Pesach. Uncle Hanani also.
I think Uncle Kanai has been a fan of me. So.
My mom once walked into the house and he was cooking corn in her pot, and she told him that corn is kidneys, and she got very upset. So
Yeah, let's do that.
yeah, how do you pronounce that?
We're gonna pass it.
No. How do you say? How do you
Anyone
say
else
that?
think that?
Kidneys?
Kidneys, yeah. How do you say kidneys? Not kidneys.
Kidneys.
I have no idea. I don't hear the difference.
Kidneys,
Kidneys.
kidneys, and kidneys. Os and is.
I have no idea which one's correct.
All right, moving on.
Anyway.
Any other picks?
Yeah, I don't think this would play well, so I didn't say it. But cereal, I miss cereal.
Yeah,
I miss
yeah,
that.
that's so
Cereal.
All
I miss that.
Magic Max with the two with the double X.
The star guys.
I want to-
So nice.
Yeah, D-bag.
Dracula's.
Oh, it's so bad.
The character is like a star.
The multicolored
magician and a
Cheerios.
mustache.
They're nasty.
He's everything.
Why does Magic Max have two X's? Usually when I see Max with two X's, it's not a children's cereal that I'm thinking of.
Yeah,
All right.
I think
Maybe that would have played very well.
That would have played well.
I think that
With the
yeah.
same dumb word search on the back every year. I got all the answers when I was 4 years old. It's the same word search every year.
Yeah.
So he's
I
so
can imagine
nice.
everybody.
It's Yam Suk, it's Yam Suk.
trying to get COVID because everyone just freaks out.
Come on! Just shove it! It's talking about it. It's Yam Suk with the words in the middle. It's the same.
How many letters have you written?
Too many.
All right, Joe.
Never answer.
A couple of honorable mentions in the snack section. The long marshmallow twists.
Yeah, those are good.
The multicolored ones. I
Those
love
are
those.
good.
And chocolate
Oh,
lollipops. Chocolate lollipops.
Chocolate pops are
Oh,
great.
yeah.
Gardens. They sent
And
you.
you're-
They
Send
sent
you
you.
comes home
collecting.
with the big.
Yeah.
You guys use each other?
Yeah, story.
Yeah.
Barden's
I
had
said
a deal with
it's
all. Barden's the deal with all the
Okay.
schools. Barden's the chocolate company.
Okay.
Right, that they give the kids like Girl Scout stuff, like they try
Okay,
to sell
sell.
the chocolates, and for however much you get a prize. So all the third graders come home. I want the remote control helicopter. All I need to do is sell $3,000 worth of crappy chocolate to my grandparents. And like,
So bad.
and like there's one kid who does it.
The only good thing is the chocolate lollipop.
Chocolate lollipops. I like the clusters,
The
the
turtles.
caramel clusters.
Yeah.
Okay,
They're
so
actually awesome.
another Hamoed trip was, oh, you wanna speak on
No,
that?
you go.
Another Hamoed trip was a golf outing. Being from Florida, it's nice to hit the links over Pesach. I mean, it's a luxury that I have
That's a
that
trip?
other people don't.
That
That's
that
an
be
outing,
trip.
yeah, that'd be. Okay, Hamoed's Desire, Crumb Top, Entenmann's Donuts, that's the one I run to. I think that's the store. I just like, it's the
I
most
don't
common thing I
hate that, but
can
the
think of.
It's
One thing I can think of.
the last thing we have.
Yeah.
It's the last thing we have every year before.
Yeah.
So that or just a baguette, a large baguette, and I would just go ham on it now. Okay, Seder Persona, Seder Persona, I clean up on aisle 6 guy, he always makes the mess. What do you do? And it's so early. It's so early to spill your wine. You're not drunk. Don't spill the wine that early.
And then you're knowing the end goes, that's one. Because yeah, it's just the worst.
Yeah, so
You guys don't
that's,
have a that's 1%?
no.
Never mind.
And that's really all I had. And I want to thank you guys for having me on.
We're not done yet.
Oh, we're not done.
In terms of Cummings' desire, I didn't take it because of the popularity of matzo pizza. But in the 5 towns, like you have to pre-order pizza.
Yeah.
If you want a pizza, you
Right,
need to
that's
pre-order.
true.
lines are down Central Avenue.
Like the reason I didn't take it is it's just not worth it.
Right.
Because
Yeah.
you get like a pizza 3 days later when they finally pick it up. In terms of persona, my number 2 persona was similar to yours, but different and specific. It was your cousin from the co-ed high school who mispronounces all the words in like really annoying like Sfaradi.
Like, yeah,
We learned the Haggadah and every like I'll show you guys say like it's always you, and like it's the worst. And even worse, just to compound it, they have that one Mora who insists that like there's some value in all of their kids saying Divrei Torah in Hebrew, even though none of them speak Hebrew or can say Hebrew. So you have this kid stuttering through Hebrew for 5 minutes. For 5 minutes, no one's paying attention. Jeremy's on his phone. Like it's just like it's probably one of the worst parts of my Seder and one of the funniest
Last
parts.
year, my niece came. Every time she'd have a Bar Torah, she had this huge piece of paper with like a stick on the bottom. She'd raise it. Yes, lead the Bar Torah.
Yeah, it's the worst. It's the worst. It's so annoying. It's the worst. Also equally annoying, 8-year-old who's finally like had a Rebbe and now suddenly thinks that he's gonna impress everyone by saying the Manish Tana in Yiddish. Tata Ibn shut up! Shut up! No, stop! We know it. We heard it in Yiddish. No, I love the embarrassed Manish Tana kid.
you love
You like the kid who's uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah. I also think that Apicom Hunter.
Yeah, that was
should
my-
be mentioned.
That's one.
They should be mentioned.
Sherlock.
Yeah.
My great grandfather Allah Mashallah would always promise us boxes of Cracker Jacks in response in exchange. We're a baseball family.
I got a wee one.
That's crazy.
It was my birthday.
You guys get off and call me gifts?
Yeah.
Well,
No.
No, so I think he passed away owing us. He passed away when I was like 9. I think he owed us like collectively like his kids. I think he probably owed us over 100 boxes of.
Everyone, please Venmo Benji Gottesman, $100 so you can buy yourself some Cracker Jacks.
But we've changed in recent years. We have a new deal with my grandfather, marshmallow fluff.
Okay.
Tubes of marshmallow fluff. And the day,
Tubes are like
the jar,
tubs.
the big jar, the tubs, tubs. So the day after Pesach, my grandfather shows up to our house with 3 tubs of marshmallow fluff. And my brother and I just take spoons and go to work. It's the most disgusting part of my year. I don't know why we do it. It's just tradition. Eitan?
Yeah, just because this is gone a bit long, so I'll wrap it up. But in
Holy
terms
cow,
to be specific in terms of the Apicom Hatter, I had the guy who had it in his shirt. I don't know if you guys have this.
Yeah.
He says
every-
When I was 5 years old, I stole the Apicom. I hid it in my pants. I fell asleep and I went to bed and I pissed all over the
That's one of the craziest stories.
And then just
How are you just gonna let that go? Okay.
Full steam ahead.
Apicom was extra selfish.
I thought you were gonna do the same with your crusty bowling alley. I had laser tag.
That's the same part of it.
It's all that's what I'm saying. It's an all-encompassing crusty place where none of it works.
Yeah.
They have all of these things.
They have
but
like
none of
2
it works.
laser tag guns.
It's not just arcade.
And one
It's all. I really meant like it's not an arcade. It's more like a. It's called like action funland.
Fun zone.
Fun Zone USA.
Exactly.
They have
Like, that's what I'm going for. So I hope the
they have a lunchroom where
yes.
every table's sticky. There's a stage with 3 giant robot hamsters that haven't been used for years.
It's something like outrageous where
No,
they have
they're
everything,
completely
but not
different.
the rest.
And then my last honorable mention that I liked was supersonic speed gear stuff. Just
No,
that's
we
not
never
right.
do it. It never happened.
it's
It's
just
never
late
done
in the
that.
night. Okay, we do this.
One
This is the
One
highlight.
snack that I thought we missed. I had it like very high on my board, but I wanted to go like more like in the like snack range. Chocolate spread.
I was about to say.
I didn't know
very
they matzo
good.
cream cheese.
Chocolate
Chocolate
spread.
yeah.
Lots of cream cheese is like
It's the
I like
worst.
cream
I
cheese.
hate
It's
it.
a
It was
hug,
on
though.
my list.
It's a hug during Pesach.
It's great.
I hate it.
So let's end it. So on that note, Jonah, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you guys for having me. Just one request. If you could spell matzah M-A-T-Z-A-H.
Okay.
I got it. Oh, for myself.
Agreed.
For myself.
We don't do O. I
If
hate
you
the
put
O.
an O, I will knock you out. Thank you for having me though. It was a real honor, and I can't wait for the results to come out. I feel very confident.
Yeah, I think that's it this week.
Great job all around.
Kasher b'sameach.
No, work, yeah.